Brothers and sisters, what's up, Canal here, Bulls on Wall Street. Hey, happy, I don't even know what day it is today. Wednesday, Thursday, who knows, right? I'm just kidding. It's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday, Zero DTE Friday. We got a lot to uncover in the markets. First of all, the heat is still on. We had a gap up and then kind of we just faded off a little bit in the indexes. But the big hairy Indian butt is that there were still just stocks like just ripping and dipping all over the place. And so let's dig into that. I mean, heck, anything you can, when Intel's moving like this and right, you see all this kind of stuff. There's just so much action. So let's dig into this. First, let's go into what's happening in the U.S. stock market and then what's next. So we're on a trend. Fridays have always been of recent gangbusters. I'm guessing with the government shutdown, they're probably not even going to do these releases, these economic releases. They might. I don't know. I have not checked. I've noticed that it does not matter as much of recent. So, I mean, potato, right? I think we got room to the upper Bollinger Band. That's usually where you tend to get like kind of these pullbacks here. Like if you see here, that's not like a end all thing, but it's just like a measure of how stretched you're getting. So we got to, at about another day's worth of ATR. Same thing on the SPY. The IWM is still doing its thing. I think at some point it catches up, but frankly, it just doesn't matter. Look, small caps and mid caps have been going forever. Everybody complains about this, like they're not going. There's a million of them that have been going. There's a million small to mid caps that have become large caps, like, not million, right? But there's been quite a few, like these companies like BE and Oklo and stuff that were $1 billion, and now they're $15 billion. So when you see like action like this, I mean, it's hard to bet against the market right now, especially on a Friday. It's just the way things are going. So let's dig into the watch list for tomorrow. ASTS had a monster cock day today. I mean, holy shit. ORB, flat top breakout, the works, right? So this is, I think, right up our alley for tomorrow. Man, you can't really get better than that. Give me a week open on this, and I'll red to green it. If you're a swing trader, then, you need to really, like, let this thing kind of back and fill here before you can really take an entry. Because your entry would have been, like, really right off the gate in the morning. Like, if you were going to enter it as a swing trade, you need to hit it first tick, basically. Circle. Love this. So this is a rebounding pattern. We call this a base breakout. It's got good range, 16% today. Decent volume. This stock just had a piece of news out with Visa, right? The Visa is going to be using it as their stable coin and all this kind of stuff. I don't know why Visa needs stable coins, but right? Who are we to judge? So we got something like this. It looks fantastic. That's top of the list for tomorrow. SRPT. So I'm trying to find stocks that are like not as extended. SRPT, dude, that's a muchos buenos right there. You got a gap fill and a base breakout, up 15%. Let's party. CRML. This follows through with the whole rare earths theme. Not that many stocks left on this. Do we crush some tits on this USAR today? In the chat room, we really hit this thing. I hit this thing the second candle, then added more on the dip. So I had like a kind of multi-size position going. Then I scaled out quite a bit into these two pops and kept some overnight for the swing. Huge volume on this, biggest volume day it's ever had. We'll see if it gives a week open. These things tend to dump like randomly, and they'll have like these nasty red days. If I get one of these nasty red days tomorrow, where retraces like say half this gain, I'm adding more. QBTS, look, this is probably the final blowout on this. Now, I thought that before, but I think this time we're getting into it. It's got way more room to run into the Bollinger Band. So, like, in terms of the final blowout, it may need to get to 35, 40, 50 or something. But, we're in there. But in the meantime, we could keep hitting this thing to the long side. It's looking pretty good. RDW. So this thing, out of all the stocks in this space, this is the only one. Like this is like supply stock or drone system to NATO, all this kind of stuff, right? So everything I've seen in this space has gone nuts, except this. This is the last one to the game, right? This is the last one to this game, right? This is, I think, this is fucking beast. Like, you should get this thing to 14 relatively quickly. Bullish. This is the Peter Thiel crypto thing. I don't know. Never seen anybody use this thing, but here we are. Like, you got a spot right here. $68. Man, that fucking thing's hot. Like, that's hotter than a goose's caboose. Hey, CIFR, this was a second test of resistance, so it got rejected. And then now you're coming back in for the third test. Keep an eye on this. This is giving me every feeling that it's going to bust loose. BMNR, I probably won't trade this. I got bad luck on this stock, but I do like the overall look of it. It got bought up at the 50-day moving average. It's starting to kind of marinate here. I think you got a 60 breakout in the cards. Yo. No reason this can't keep going. Right into the bone zone. Remounted to 9 today. Good, good range. Let's keep that thing going. I like this NNE because, I was talking about this yesterday in the blog. I thought the swing trade entry was this morning. But I think you can there's a secondary entry here. Maybe, yeah, right here. Dude, that's a damn good look. So I add that to the list. And, so far, if it comes in and taps into the 50, preferably even a break under the 50, I think that sets up for a swing trade. In this whole run it's had here, it's not tested the 50-day moving average the whole time. Look, moving averages don't mean anything in a nutshell. But, like, usually the first test of one is, like, it's good. Keep an eye on that one. And then, look, we have, the whole gamut of all the other ones. Like, the large cap side, there's a lot of them that look good. AMD looks good. PLTR looks good. There's a whole host of these. This could go tomorrow, right? And you got just a nice bag of like stocks. It's large caps, small caps. It's across the board right now, right? So milk it while you can. Milk it while you can. Things change in a dot, but right now we're just all systems as it go.